Okay. I want to have a little chat about like intelligence and skills and God and yada 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 yada. You know, this kind of jazz. Let me see what I can do here. That's a bit better. What I think is kind of the case is like I've never considered myself in any way, shape, or form to be anything special intellectually, genuinely. At no point have I ever been like it's been some sort of genetic lottery or some sort of like magic win, right? That's allowed me to be who I am and to develop the skills that I have and to get to the point that I have. I really just think it comes down to whatever I've gone and decided, yeah, I want to go do that. I've I've never really thought I can't do it. Like obviously I have doubt all the fucking time. My head is filled with doubt 24/7. It creeps in all the time. But here's the thing that you don't have to do. You don't have to respond to that thought at all. You can just acknowledge it, let it sit. It's like, yeah, okay, there's doubt. Doubt is not a bad thing. Doubt is there trying to protect you from a bad outcome in some ways, right? It's trying to make you pull back and get out. It's keeping you humble, keeping you reasonable, because there is never any certainty in an outcome. And you should use, and I try to use doubt as like a teacher of sorts, as a reminder that there is no certainty in the outcome of what I would achieve, and that I should not get attached to any one particular outcome, and I should just do what I can with what I have, and then whatever outcome is supposed to come, or whatever outcome comes, is just what it is. I can do my best day in, day out, and I can't really expect much more. The master does his work and then steps back. This data Ching stuff is coming in really handy for me, in all honesty. I'm quite tired. I've had about 4 hours of sleep. I went for a run. It's midnight now. I've been up for 17 hours today. I'm probably gonna go to bed very, very shortly here. Just record this and go to bed. But yeah, you don't let your own, what my point I'm trying to get at is, don't let your own brain fucking defeat you into not trying stuff. Because the worst thing you can do for your brain cognitively, genuinely, if you want to be more intelligent, I genuinely don't know what the fuck that even means, but if you want to be smarter, just do more things. I don't know a single person that I consider to be like a smart person who does just one thing. Exploration and intellectual curiosity, I believe, is the greatest driver of intelligence. And it is a much greater predictor of whether or not you will develop any sort of substantial intelligence if you look at most scenarios as an opportunity to learn, and you don't necessarily go, oh, well, if I don't do well here, or if I'm perceived poorly, then that reflects on me poorly. If you defeat yourself before you even get a chance to try, your brain will remember that. Your brain will remember the experiences that you have with learning, the experiences you have with trying new things, whatever it might be. And so you have to make them positive. And you have to remind yourself that the very first step to being better at something is allowing yourself to fucking suck at it, to do it poorly. I really like what Willem Dafoe said, where he says, try to do something badly. Try to act poorly. Try to act badly. Try to, write a bad piece of music. Try to write a bad poem. Because it's not necessarily that you're in that moment you genuinely want to write something that's bad. It's more about the fact that if you come into it with the mentality of removing that expectation of, oh, I have to make something good, you might actually make something good. But by allowing yourself just, oh, I'm just going to try and make something bad, I can remove all of that pressure. Or, another way, just don't try to make anything and just do. Because, you don't have to try to do things. That is, it's a very anti-Taoist thing. And it really doesn't benefit you if you try and force yourself, or you try and force a thing to happen a certain way. You force a expectation on a situation. All you should really do is the very best that you can, and show up as the very best that you can, and do not give in to despair, and continue to strive for the things that you want. And all of the things that you do deserve, you will have. But you are not dumb. Nobody is dumb. It is down to a matter of curiosity and flexibility. So curiosity in the sense of you want to learn new things, you want to try new things. That is the best possible trait and best possible predictor, in my opinion, of intelligence and of future intelligence. And then flexibility in the sense of when you get new ideas and you get new information, are you cognitively flexible enough to adjust quickly? The more quickly you are able to adjust to new input, like if all it takes is for somebody to say, hey, by the way, that's wrong, this is actually the right way, and then, you know, obviously you don't just take everything at face value, but if this is someone you trust on the topic, or you realize there's a new or better way to do something, you don't have any ego in needing to continue to do it your way. There is no attachment to that outcome. You are detached from that part of yourself in a way, from the part of yourself that clings on to being a certain way, that clings on to knowledge. A good scientist has rid their mind of all concepts so that they can be with what truly is. And that is where you really go. I'm sorry if this is a bit of a waffle. I'm not going to apologize. I need to stop myself from doing that. I did nothing wrong. I'm not going to apologize. It's a bit of a waffle. I need some sleep. But if there's one thing you take from the video, it's you're not dumb. You probably just need to be more curious. Take care.